Ladies and gentlemen, the next session is Human Capital for the Automotive Industry and Mobility Age. Please welcome the Vice President of the Technical Strategy Planning Office at Toyota Motor North America, Kristen Tabar.
Hello, welcome everyone. Thank you so much for that introduction, and thank you for having me today to speak a little bit with you about Toyota's vision for the future and, as Amy mentioned, the future of mobility. So just about 3 years ago, we announced our new initiative in North America, introducing One Toyota. This was our plan to bring together affiliate team members from all across North America to kind of encourage that collaboration and greater spirit for innovation towards mobility. But honestly speaking, One Toyota is much more than just a building or a location. It really speaks to our mindset and our change of philosophy. There's a real tremendous sense of energy around all of these type of technologies throughout our company, inspiring greater collaboration, innovation, and faster decision-making, with a special eye, of course, on our customers and a future of mobility. Sorry, I'm going to go back. Just to tell you a little bit about myself before I start in, I'd like to share that I am a native Michigander. I've lived here my whole life. I grew up just south of here in Downriver at a little town named Riverview, home of the mighty Riverview Pirates. Go Bucks. I also got my electrical engineering degree here in Michigan at the University of Michigan. Go Blue. And as you can see from the photo on the sheet here on the slide, my husband and I are doing our very best to replenish Michigan's female STEM pipeline with my 3 daughters. Right after I graduated from Michigan, I started at Toyota, so that was 25 years ago. I was a prodigy, graduating when I was 10. And now I've had roles there in our electrical engineering department, as well as our administrative department, and as mentioned in the introduction, most recently in our technical strategy and planning. It's a really interesting role, and it speaks well to the subject today about how to think about what type of work and projects we should do at R&D, and then what kind of resources do we need to get that work accomplished, thinking both about people and what type of partnerships and equipment, all kinds of things. So it's really quite an interesting role. But speaking of that role and things that we have to consider, this year was actually a huge year for Toyota. We celebrated several milestones, as you can see. Our parent company celebrated the anniversary 80th year in business. And in North America, our sales organization celebrated 60 years in business. And maybe most important for me, we celebrated, unbelievably, 40 years in R&D. That's right here in Michigan, where our headquarters are located, just outside of Ann Arbor and Saline area. We do have many great opportunities being here in Michigan to celebrate some of the great community organizations and partner with several of them to try and promote a lot of STEM learning and thinking and innovation towards the future. It's where we find a lot of our great problem solvers to be, and we can promote that kind of teamwork and spirit that's the foundation of Toyota. As you can see from the photo, we do a lot of work with the FIRST robotics teams, World in Motion, a lot of the younger schools, as well as the colleges and universities, again, to try and let our team members share their passion for mobility and really bridge to that whole new generation of talent. We also need some strategic partnerships. So, for example, here, shown is the M-City facility. In 2014, Toyota decided to be one of the founding partners here. It's an autonomous vehicle test facility very close by our facility in Ann Arbor. And it's a great example of how research partnerships can really be critical in driving the technology and the research behind them. At this facility, we work together with our partners studying connected and automated vehicles, artificial intelligence, robotics, materials, Of course, the traditional engineering, and even a lot of the human-machine interface and physiology of how our customers interact with our products. We also have to think a lot about deployment. This is really important. Another strategic partnership we announced this year was with the American Center for Mobility. We were also one of the founding partners here. This facility is really dedicated to kind of that real-world interaction scenario, and it lets us work with our partners, our competitors, our suppliers all together to see how our products are going to really work in the market just before we're ready to release them. This facility is also unique. It plans to do a lot of training and education, both for the up-and-coming talent or even talent that maybe is displaced by some of these new technologies. So we're really proud to be a part of that, and hopefully we'll be able to take full advantage of that in the future. However, as I mentioned, we've recently celebrated our 60th anniversary here in the United States, and we're trying to prepare for that next 60 years. So I talked a little bit about One Toyota and some of the changes we're having. Our goal here really being how to streamline our decision-making, how to integrate our regional framework and functions, how to strengthen our planning and operations, and accelerate that very important innovation to the market. This is really the spirit of our One Toyota project. In the case of R&D specifically, we've expanded a lot of our facilities and our footprint here in Michigan, enabling us to be even closer to our supplier community. This shows our new supplier center in the York Township. Also, we've added a brand new prototyping facility, as well as several new areas for working and creating new ideas with those supplier partners. At our Ann Arbor facility, just about 10 miles north of that, we've also expanded our powertrain facilities for more efficient development in that space. The changes that we've made to these two sites really allow us to design, develop, source, build, test, everything, all on our one campus. But again, as I said, our One Toyota project is a lot more about the thinking way than the building space. So to demonstrate that, I'd like to introduce one of our new concepts and reforms called monozukuri. This is a Japanese word that means the art of craftsmanship or making something. At Toyota, we're trying to use monozukuri and apply that to redefine the way we design, manufacture, and create parts. We already spend nearly $9 billion annually on research and development. If you actually do that math, it comes out to be almost $1 million an hour. But as we can see through our development, software and technology have really become one of the most prominent disruptors in our industry, and probably one of the biggest areas and opportunity for growth. As such, we've started the new Toyota Research Institute, or TRI. We've invested $1 billion in this new research cutting-edge facility based right here in Ann Arbor. There's actually 3 locations, one in California near Stanford, one on the East Coast near MIT, and then the 3rd location here, nestled right between us and the University of Michigan. This type of facility, and all 3 of them together, really are used to study the transportation safety, how we can lead in the autonomous mobility space, new opportunities and new technology for using personal robotics, and some of the other features in technology to provide mobility for the elderly or those with disabilities. We also do quite a bit of material research, battery technology, different materials for our vehicles and other products. We're investing in the alternative powertrains, even those hybrid and battery electric vehicles. And we're not stopping there. Based on our leadership in the electrified vehicle space, we were approached by the state of California to see if we could do something for their pollution problem near the Port of Los Angeles and Long Beach. There's a constant stream of delivery trucks coming out of there, moving goods back and forth from the port to the distribution centers. We were able to team up with another vendor and partner and combine systems from our hydrogen electric vehicle, the Mirai, to produce a heavy-duty truck for the semi-truck market. The result is a truck that produces more than 670 horsepower, 1,350 foot-pounds of torque, which is roughly the same as one of the new Cummins X15 efficiency diesel engines, and can be loaded with up to 8,000-pound trailer and at least go 200 miles. And it goes fast. So I'd like to show you just a quick look at that.
The drayage trucks right now are the #1 source of greenhouse gas emissions, and they're one of the highest sources of criteria pollutant emissions. And so if we can find ways to continue to reduce emissions from those vehicles as well as lower their carbon footprint, we think that we will really accomplish a lot.
It's the first time any OEM that we are aware of has tried to develop a Class 8 heavy-duty vehicle that runs purely on fuel cells and hydrogen.
We use the existing Mirai fuel cell powertrain and applying the truck, the power electronics, and develop this truck to be able to work as the actual drayage truck.
So what's the most difficult thing we can do here? And that is make something that runs or needs to tow 80,000 pounds around and make it completely zero emissions.
To be able to take this in this heavy-duty sector and offer a very viable solution that can also reduce not only the greenhouse gases, but the PM 2.5 and the diesel particulate that we're referring to. It's just, it goes beyond just a business case. It goes beyond just a right thing to do. It becomes something where we really truly can improve the lives of people.
This opportunity here to have a respected equipment manufacturer like Toyota be involved in the development of a hybrid technology is very exciting to us.
We have a chance, right, to actually do what we say we always want to do, which is improve the quality of lives of our customer and the people, while at the same time providing a business solution.
So we're really proud of that project. The idea actually was generated from team members that work right here in North America, and we were able to accomplish that again with our partners. And as you can see, as Sheldon mentioned in the video, he's the chief engineer of the project. Honestly, it's really rewarding for our team members to be able to have such an impact on that area. So maybe another good example of our commitment to enriching those lives around us and advancing mobility for everyone. Whether that's across town, like the truck, or across your living room. So this includes us being able to develop those kind of technologies that assist people with limited mobility. So recently, Toyota had the privilege of working with our decorated U.S. war veteran, Romy Camargo. Romy starts his day out like almost everyone in this room. Gets up, has some water, has some breakfast, brushes his teeth, gets dressed, heads out for the day. But Romy actually has severe injuries from his assignment in Afghanistan that left him paralyzed from the neck down. These morning routines that seem pretty normal for us require quite a bit of assistance for him, and at Toyota we're trying to learn how to help. Thanks to Romy, Toyota has recently completed our first North American in-home trial of our human support robot. This is one of our partner robots, and we're developing those to assist people like Romy with everyday activities. We are actively researching the ways to apply these advanced technologies and help people with limited mobility, including seniors and those who are disabled. I'd like to share just a quick look at how this works.
I have that never quit attitude. My dad told me if I quit once, I'd make it a habit, so I've never quit. I was wounded, and I'm a high-level quadriplegic. I have 100% limited disability. I need help with everything.
He used to be very active, and now with the technology, I think that it's going to give him a little bit more freedom. And that's what I want to see.
The first task we're going to do today is opening the front door.
Follow me. One will get the door for you.
Toyota is a car company, and obviously we like to make cars, but we also focus on research and development. Can we help people be more mobile?
I pushed it.
I make the robots work. Each member of our team has their specialty that they are very good at. We've got perception and navigation and manipulation, and so when we come together, we have to coordinate all of these things in order to create this symphony that is the robot. Creating just a random task is great and all, but there's not that motivation behind it that you're actually helping somebody. The Romy project is really great because we get to see the person that we're interacting with and do a task that's for him.
One of the tasks that we're looking at is opening the door for Romy. Can he do that by himself? Can he feel independent? The second task that we're working on is bringing water to Romy when he needs it.
You're going to push the button that says water. Then the robot is going to drive out over to the counter, pick up the bottle, and drive over to your wheelchair. Even though these tasks seem very, very simple, they're actually stepping stones into having robots in everybody's home. The robot sees its world through the myriad of sensors that it has on it. It has the ability to sense its environment in a fairly complete way.
I got it. I am looking for Romy.
It'll be really exciting to actually see the person that I've been developing these tasks for in real life, to see the expression on his face, and hopefully it's positive.
When we go there, we want him to hold on to that and say, I don't want you to take it home. It's not just about Romy, but how does he lead us into understanding what it is that's necessary to make a difference in a lot of people.
Today is a big day. We are super excited.
When they opened the box and I saw the robot, I figured that will unfold the next chapter in human support robots helping people with disabilities. Like we're going to change the world.
This might be the first time we've actually taken HSR outside of the lab space and actually done something with real people. That's awesome.
We're doing our full robot checkout, making sure that the positions of all of the tasks are correct.
See if it opens the door successfully.
Andres, oh my God. Last night, I don't think that he couldn't sleep. He's been waiting for this day more than us.
He told his teacher, he told his classmates that he's going to go home to see Dad's robot.
There are a lot of little tasks that Gabby does throughout the day to help Romy out.
This is going to be like a teamwork. I have another tool to help me in my daily routines.
Those are the most important tasks that I do throughout the day, and the robot would do it for me. You know, that's something huge.
If I'm here taking a shower and Romulo is outside, he doesn't have to wait for me. I know that he's gonna come in.
Toyota's been supporting us, and they genuinely really want to help.
Paralysis affects the entire family. So if you can bring a tool that is gonna improve quality of life for the entire family, it's priceless.
This is, you know, a big game changer for everybody that has a disability. If I can help in any way, the better my life will be, just because, you know, it's satisfaction. I want to make sure that Andres knows that you don't have to quit anything. That you can just keep going no matter what.
So you can see, when we talk about research, and especially working with Romy, one of our decorated war veterans, and our human support robot, this is really just a natural extension of our work in the mobility field, and really helps us and our customers navigate the world. When we see these kind of applications and how they can help people like Romy, it's hard to understand which is more impressive, the technology or how the technology benefits society. Physicist Dennis Gabor once said, "The best way to predict the future is to invent it." So I think we all need to work to invent the future. We need to focus on the contributions of those inventions that can bring people and society together. And maybe when you think about Toyota, although your first thought may be of our great automobiles, you can think a little more about the broader mobility and how we're thinking about that inside Toyota. We're really looking for those people who want to build that kind of dream with us, who can solve those mobility problems and challenges of the future. That includes specialists in engineering and chemistry, finance, instrumentation, software, anthropology, and everything in between. Our industry is really changing, and we need talented problem solvers and researchers and developers and deployers for all these new technologies that will eventually delight our customers. I invite you to be part of this process by helping us invent the future. So let's start your impossible.
Today is the day to take a step, take a stand, take that giant leap. There's something impossible out there waiting for you. So, we have a vision to make movement better for everyone. To give everyone the same chance and the same hope to be their very best. Because when we're free to move, anything is possible.